Hello friends, welcome back to another edition of Magic Monday. This is Alex. We are going to be focused today on Gitty-Up. I've talked before about how much I like tribal decks, and I decided to mix it up yesterday and make a Gitrog tribal deck, which I'm stretching the truth a little bit here. There's 3 Gitrog cards, as you can see, and we built a deck based on that. So there's no super big theme here. It's got a little bit of this, a little bit of that. But I really just wanted to include all 3 Gitrogs in the same deck and then kind of build around it and see what I came up with. So this is Gitty-Up. As you can see, average mana cost is a little on the high side at 3.5. However, I'll show you in a second here. So we got 21 creatures, 13 instant sorceries, 6 artifacts, 12 enchantments, 5 planeswalkers, and I went a little bit heavier on land. Instead of sticking with the base 40, I went up to 45 because Gitrog likes to do stuff with land. So the mana cost is a little bit higher, but we've got a little bit more land to make up for it. So, as you can see, we start with a whole bunch of removal, portable hole, removal, swallow hole, removal, 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 and there's some more further down. But what we also have here is a little bit of a life gain theme. So we got Voice of the Blessed, which will get stronger as I gain life. We've got Blood Artist to help whittle down our opponent and also gain some life. We've got Cruel Celebrant, same reason. We've got Dinah, same reason. And then we got Heliod. I know I hate Heliod, but I mostly hate Heliod mono-white decks, where he is the commander, and the whole thing is like, turn 1 Soul Warden, turn 2, other life gain cleric, turn 3 Johnny's Pride. Like, that's stupid. So this one is in here because there's a lot of life gain, but it's also like a lower percentage chance of getting him because he's one of the 99 instead of, one of 1. We have Rushed Rebirth, which is kind of a fun card. When target creature dies, search your library for a creature card with lesser mana value, put it onto the battlefield tapped, and shuffle. So this is so I can be a little bit more aggressive in terms of the attacking. If I throw this on, say, Thalia and the Gitrog monster, and this 4 mana, I didn't even highlight this card yet. But anyway, if this 4 mana cost creature dies, I can search for Heliod or Voice of the Blessed or whatever. So our commander is, as I said, Thalia and the Gitrog monster, legendary human frog horror, first strike and death touch, a tremendous combination right there. You can play an additional land on each turn. Creatures and non-basic lands your opponents control enter the battlefield tapped. And whenever it attacks, sacrifice a creature or land, then draw a card. So, for those of you who aren't familiar with these combination commanders, the Gitrog monster is providing you can play an additional land on each of your turns and sacrifice a creature or land, then draw a card. Thalia is providing the creatures and non-basic lands your opponents control enter the battlefield tapped. Gitrog is giving the death touch. Thalia is giving the first strike. Combined, Thalia is riding a giant frog monster. So, there because it's a Gitrog, along with the classic Gitrog monster. I have one of these in a Muldrotha deck in paper, and I love it. So Death Touch, at the beginning of your upkeep, sacrifice the Gitrog monster unless you sacrifice the land. You could play an additional land on each of your turns. Whenever 1 or more land cards are put into the graveyard from anywhere, draw a card. And then there's the other Gitrog, the Alchemy version, which has Menace. If it's untapped at the beginning of each combat, an opponent may sacrifice a non-token creature. If they do, tap Gitrog, Horror of Java, then seek a land card and put it onto the battlefield tapped. Whenever a land enters the battlefield under your control, it perpetually gains black-green. Sacrifice this land, draw a card. It's really, this was the basis of the deck. I went with this one because I wanted the white, and then I made these 2 as part of the 99, and this is the commander. So, scroll down a little bit further here. I debated about Ayara because of the triple black, but it's another life gain plus some draw power and whatever. Bastion of Remembrance, same thing, some life gain and some whittling down. Midnight Reaper to get some draw power. Murderous Rider because it's really useful and versatile. Tainted Remedy. This is specifically here because of me putting Heliod in this deck. Because it made me think, what about those mono-white Heliod decks? Well, if an opponent would gain life and Tainted Remedy is out, that player loses that much life instead. Tremendous counter to Heliod. Veto, because whenever I gain life, target opponent loses that much life. So there's definitely a life gain while damaging theme. Here's some mana stuff to get some more lands. And we got Ren and the Realm Breaker, where we can... lands have tap to add 1 mana of any color, and also the potential of the emblem to play lands and cast permanents from the graveyard is really useful. Almost put in Vornaclex because there are 5 planeswalkers, and if Vornaclex is out, any one of those 5 comes out and I could immediately do their ultimate, but I decided against it. I might change it up in the future. Camball because life gain and a little bit of damage. Crucible of Worlds, so I can play lands from my graveyard. If I have a Gitrog out and I sacrifice a land, I can play 2 each turn from the graveyard anyway. Some more removal, some more removal. Erebus, because why not? He's a scary dude, and I just put in some powerful cards to support the Gitrog monster. And I can also sacrifice creatures and draw cards off of that, and whatever. Pitiless Plunderer to make some treasure tokens. Sheoldred because there's a lot of draw power. And again, we're whittling down. We got a whole bunch of ways to whittle down our opponents without attacking. And that was kind of, I guess, the tertiary theme here was like damage, defensive damage. Twilight Prophet, same idea. As long as I get that Ascend out, it's a really powerful card. Some more removal. Conduit of Worlds, so that I can play stuff from my graveyard. Scape Shift, so I can put more lands in my graveyard to then bring back with Conduit of Worlds, or with Crucible of Worlds, or with Ren if I can get up to that ultimate. World Shaper to bring all the lands back when it dies, and I have ways of sacrificing it, like with Erebus. And then we got our Gitrog. We got some more whittling here. Lathiel, the Bounteous Dawn. To get those 1/1 counters out there with the life gain, because there's a lot of life gain. Black Market to get some more mana. Exquisite Blood, some more defensive whittling here. Well, actually, this is more life gain. Apologies, I was thinking of the other one. Lolth, because it's fun to make tokens and have draw power. Nissa, because it's fun to tap forest for additional green. Moldervine for life gain and draw power. Farewell in case things are looking bleak. That's really what it's there for, and we can, wipe stuff out if needed. If we're playing an enchantment-heavy deck, we lose an enchantment or 2, and they lose 10 of them. It's worth it. Liliana, because that card is just so broken powerful. It's got more life gain, or more draw power, I should say, and creature generation. Garrick, because I love that ultimate, and it's not particularly hard to get out, especially with ways of sacrificing creatures. Great Henge for some more draw power and life gain. And Meathook Massacre, just in case I'm playing a Landfall Scoot Swarm deck. And then we got our lands. Lots and lots of lands, including the ones that are sacrifice, gain a life. We got a bunch of dual lands or flip lands here. And in terms of more special things, we pretty much just have Castle Locthwain for the draw power. And that's it. So that's the deck. I've only tested it once, I think, maybe twice, right after I built it. But I think it's kind of a fun build. I think it's pretty random. There's a lot going on, but ultimately it's a Gitrog deck with a lot of defensive ways of either building up my creatures through Heliod or the Unicorn, or it's a little bit more remove and damage. But I like the idea of defensive victories where something dies and they get hit for 3 or 5 life because I have so many things out that damage them when a creature dies. So all that being said, let's check it out. And we're on to game 1 against Eclipsed. With Zur, Eternal Schemer. I don't love the hand, but I don't hate the hand. Let's go. So let's get out of planes so we can swallow... Well, actually we can't swallow whole because we don't have any creatures. So we're going to put out a... this and... Oh, that was a 2. I messed up. I thought it was one of the... if I have a planes in play. I wasn't paying attention. Sorry about that. Little slip up. It's alright. It's early. So we've got some removal here, exile artifact or enchantment. This one has enchantment creatures have death touch, life proof, and a life touch and hex proof. Life proof. Talking about my flooring. It's a Home Depot product, folks. So let's actually just get Gitrog out. I was thinking about revoking existence that, but if we do it this way, it's much better. Because we can play the additional land with Gitrog. So now we've got 6 mana to their 3, and we have a creature in play. Next turn we can actually put out Great Henge. This is going really well, and I forgot to say hello and good game. Remember to be polite to your opponents, even if they use 3s as E's. They still are people. They're thinking. Not sure what they're thinking, but they're thinking. What are you looking in my graveyard for? Okay. They're exiling a creature. That's fine. I'll just put Gitrog out again if I have to. Land. And Gitrog. Okay. That slowed me down by 1 turn. Not a super huge deal. I assume they're going to have some other removal stuff. Nope. They just quit. So that's it. That was a super quick victory. They didn't have any land, and I had ramped up so much. Plus, I had removal in my hand, and I was going to... if I drew a creature, I could start playing with Great Henge and do some fun stuff there. So, game 1, I would say, is a big success. Let's move on to game 2. And for game 2, we are playing against Leo Uzi with a Cleric deck. Alright, well, let's see how it goes. We got a lot of lands in our opening hand, and a Crucible of Worlds, but that's about it. Let's actually do this tri-colored land first, since I don't have any turn 1 plays. And then we're going to say hello and good game, because even if you play a Cleric deck, you're still a person. See? Look at them, being all polite. Hello, and... good game, but with a cartoon. Which I think is actually better. A cartoon good game. Crucible of Worlds next turn, barring something more interesting. That's not relevant. Actually, let's do this. Because I don't want you here. Cleric life gain. Boo. When they first started, or I guess when I first started playing Magic Arena, I did make a white-black Cleric deck. There was some commander a couple years ago that came out that I thought was just a really fun commander that was a Cleric. I don't remember off the top of my head what it was. But I did make a Cleric deck, of course, called Clerical Work, because that's what every Cleric deck should be called. But like, this is just, I don't know. I actually deleted it because I thought it was boring. And I assume my Gitrog is probably going to die next turn, as soon as they actually have the mana to do stuff, which is why this is a really useful card if I could have 2 mana out instead. Oh, yeah, see, this is where it gets gross. Now they're just going to be doing the life gain, build up thing. And I know my deck does that a little bit too. But it's just obnoxious. I just think it's obnoxious. So let's do an Eat to Extinction on it. I hate it. Yeah, let's keep that. And let's leave these here. So if my opponent kills Thalia, I will do this as an instant so I can get something else into play. Thalia and the Gitrog. Let's not forget the Gitrog. The Gitrog is the whole point of the deck. And they didn't. Okay. So that bought us a little bit of time. Put this out. And same plan. We're just going to play defense here for a minute. See what they do. Wait for them to take action and possibly do this rushed rebirth. Or they do that. Disgusting card. It's not fun. Oh, I should have gained 2 life. I forgot. Let's do the Crucible of Worlds. And we can do a black market. And we can attack. Sacrifice a land. Draw a land. They take 4. We replay a land. Oh, I shouldn't have I messed that up too. I'm getting a little sidetracked here. I should have sacrificed a swamp so I could have played a swamp. Oh yeah, alright. Now they got their draw power going. Especially as their things start to die and then come back because of the brood moth. Alright, let's put in this. Let's put out this. And let's actually draw a card and lose a couple life. There we go. Now we're talking. That's a much better card to have out right now. And let's not attack. We got to be more defensive at the moment. So, we do still have this Rushed Rebirth if they have any kind of removal on my Twilight Prophet or my Thalia and Gitrog. We do have the City's Blessing, so we'll start revealing the top card of our library. We are a little land heavy, as I pointed out before. But as long as it's not a land, we should be gaining some life back and doing some indirect direct damage to them. Indirect direct. What a stupid thing to say. You're welcome, Internet. Indirect direct. Alright, so what I'm going to do here is that thing is just going to come back. They're going to get a 1/1 counter on something because of the Luminous Brood Moth. But I also got an extra black mana. And it wasn't worth it, but I did it anyway. Because I felt like it. And they're thinking about playing a land. Okay. And you can lose 4. That's perfect. Let's get rid of this stupid thing. Because I hate it. Now let's play a land. Now let's play a land. Now let's draw some cards. Ooh, let's play some more lands. There we go. Now we're cooking with gas. Let's do one of these and one of these. Our black market is going to be providing some black mana, so we're going to go with the other lands. And we're not going to attack because it's a defensive deck. See, this is what we're talking about here. It's another like, oh, put 1/1 counters on it as you gain life because it's so simple. It's just so simple. Boring. Why be so boring? Don't make boring decks. Alright. You can attack with that. Perfect. And we're going to do... you know what? No, we're not going to block. I thought about it, but I kind of want this to keep being in effect here at the time being. Alright. Oh, and it was a land anyway. Why couldn't it be Lolth? Lolth would have been useful. Alright.
Darkness.
Put out some of these guys, these little spider boys.
We will slay our enemies.
Of course, they are tapped because of Authority of the Consuls. And their thing just gets bigger because, of course, it does. Stupid deck. And there's a Voice of the Blessed. I have one in here myself. But, yeah, it's not looking good. These cleric decks are not super fun to play against. This actually would be a really good time to get a Farewell. So I could just get rid of creatures. That would be fun. But, no such luck. We're down to 75, they're at 77. So we actually haven't drawn that many cards. Look at this. This Voice of the Blessed just came out for 2 mana. It's already an 8/8. Stupid. Stupid deck. Does stupid things. Stupidly. Non-land card. All right. You gonna attack? Okay. Sure. Let's do this and draw a card just for fun. Not farewell, unfortunately. And we'll just kill this little cat again. Oh, there goes Lol. Do have a couple of air blockers. And we get another black. And their voice of the blessed gets bigger. And bigger. And now it's indestructible. Or no, it needs 10. It's almost indestructible. All right. Good timing for Garrick to show up. Garrick, my boy, you are gonna kill that thing. And I get to draw another card, which is unfortunately another land. Oops, I did not mean to. Well, I guess it doesn't matter. Let's get that out. I won't put that out. And let's draw another card. Yeah, unfortunately, I might have put in a little bit too much land. But this is actually not terrible. We can kill that. And yeah, you're going to keep drawing and gaining life and whatever. All right. And, all right. I can't play that because I ran out of black. But I do have this in case they do something to Thalia or my Twilight Prophet. Okay, that's fine. Fine. So this is the benefit of having a commander out that has First Strike and Death Touch, because they're 6/6. I mean, doesn't really matter, because if I block it, it dies before it deals damage to me. Cool. I like that play. I can kill one of those angels now. Use one of these blockers and use this here. So that'll be 5 damage. They can kill my spiders, and I'm totally fine with that. Oh, they didn't even kill it. They messed up. All right. Not my fault. So they actually have a big edge on life. 44 to 15, as you can see. However, I'm actually feeling reasonably confident at this point. Oh, well, let's do this on the, well, it is the same mana cost. So we'll do it on Twilight Prophet. Oh, they did it to Planeswalkers. Oops. I thought they were, I don't know why I thought they were doing creatures. My fault. Again, I'm getting a little ahead of myself here. Gitrog monster. Yep, you can get alive. That's fine. I feel stupid that I wasted that other thing. Let's get rid of that. Finally. Let's put out Erebus, who is now a creature. Put out a land. Put out this. Another card. Guess what? Another land. And let's draw a card here. Ooh, Exquisite Blood. Don't mind if I do. All right. There's a lot going on there. Let's do this. And do I want to kill this? Yeah, let's kill this. We'll sacrifice the spider to kill that. We get another black. We'll pay 2 life to draw another card, which is another land. That's fine. I lose a life. No big deal. Play another land. And we won't attack. Again, I'm actually, aside from a couple of mess-ups on my part, like playing the card at the wrong time, I think it's actually going pretty decently. They do have a lot of life, but I'm starting to get a little bit of a rhythm going here. Opponents can't gain life. That's a problem. That's the problem right there. So I need another removal card. I do have more removal. Ugh, Cleric class, disgusting. So this is just going to make their stuff beefier because as they gain life, they'll be putting more 1/1 counters on things. And they're... Yeah, well, I mean, like, you could attack if you want to, but it doesn't really matter. So I really need to get rid of that knight. That is for sure. All right, City's Blessing. Give me something good. Great. Sacrifice a land. Don't mind if I do. And I get to draw a card, which is another land. And Escape Shift for more lands. Huh. Let's actually Escape Shift. And draw a bunch of cards. Let's do a couple swamps. Let's do a plains. Let's do another swamp. A couple forests. Let's draw a bunch of cards. So Gitrog is going to get us drawing. We're going to put this out. Let's do that. I'm not even really looking at which lands I'm picking. I am not doing the search for a land because I can't gain life right now. Oh, and it's one or more. I thought I was going to draw a bunch. Well, I've got Search for Glory. So yeah, I'm still, I guess, learning some of the mechanics here, but I thought it was for each one. Oh, what do we want to do? What do we want to do? Let's do a Meat Hook Massacre. And we will do it for 2 mana. Is there any reason to do more than 2? I guess we could do 4. No, let's just do 2. And let's get rid of a whole bunch of garbage on their side of the board, including that knight. Oh, it gets +1. Oh, you make me sacrifice a creature. Stupid. I should have done more. I should have done 3. Didn't think of it. Just unfamiliar with the mechanic. Alright. Do that, and there they all go. Alright. Now we're looking pretty good, and we're getting some more mana generation. They're going to do some damage. Whatever. They gain some life. They build up something. Probably the Angel. Yep. So as of right now, the Angel is the only thing I really have to worry about. So let's do a land. And let's do a land. And... how about a land? Played 3 lands that turn, and we're going to Royal Regrowth just to filter out some more of the lands in the deck so that we're less likely to draw a land next turn, which should start getting that Twilight Prophet doing some good things. Ooh, Conduit of Worlds. Let's play that. And choose target. Ooh, let's bring something back, like Garruk. And where is he? Oh, I didn't have enough for Garruk. That was another mess up. Yeah, I guess we'll do this. Okay, it's just another land. All right. Alright, I'm going to do that with Garruk next turn and kill that Angel. Excuse me. A little tickle in my throat. But really, the Angel is the only threat at this moment. Fine. And we get another black mana, and our opponent loses a life, and we gain a life, and we're going to draw a card, which is ironically another land. So yeah, could be slightly too heavy on the lands. I might want to drop this to 43 instead of the 45, but not too big of a deal. I'm assuming it's going to go on the Angel again because I have no flyers. Oh, all right, Inspiring Commander. Did not expect him to get the buff. Alright, that's what I expected, was the angel. And... indestructible horses. Oh no, indestructible horses. And they're going to make some more horses. Alright. I've actually thought about making a, like a unicorn / horse deck. But it would just be a white life gain deck. And that's boring. Unless I've not already established that. Let me say it again. It's boring to have an indestructible white life gain deck. Like, it's just dumb. I really can't attack with this as much as I want to because I need that first strike death touch going on. Oh no, should we sacrifice a land? I guess we probably should. Let's draw a card because of it though. Oh, what a land. What is going on here? Too many lands. Alright, let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do Garrick for realsies this time. Should have done Lolth last turn. Where's Garrick? Why does this not work? What is going on here? If you haven't cast a spell this turn... Oh, I cast that. Alright, that's what the mechanic is. Let's... I guess play this. Gain a life. That was dumb. Alright, my fault. Again. Clearly. We only got 5 left in the deck. We can't be drawing that many more lands. Alright, welcome back, buddy. Good timing. Yep, let's get out another one. Forest this time. So do we want to kill the horse? Or do we... I think we should kill the angel. Let's kill the angel. Bye, angel. Yeah, I lose a life. Oh no. Okay. And now let's play you for real. And draw a card. Nice. Let's put out Ren. Put out Lily.
I am the master here.
Let's do another land. And let's do... Ooh. Yeah, let's just do this. Do it on the forest because it doesn't matter.
I must.
And let's do... Oh, do we want to sacrifice 2 creatures? Not really. Put out a zombie.
Rise and shine.
And it's a little dangerous, but we're going to draw and lose 3 life. Nice. Let's get rid of stupid horse. All right. I think we're good. I think we're good for this turn. So we're at 8. Depending on what they play, we could be in really good shape or we could be done. Okay, they're just going to swing at Lily. Perfect. Let's block you and you and let's put you here. No, let's put the zombie token there. What are we thinking? Actually, let's block you over there too. Let's gain some life. That was a really desperate move from them. So I have a feeling our opponent might be getting close to quitting, or they might be board wiping all the creatures. Let's see if they drew a farewell here. Are we going to see farewell? We're gaining some life. We're drawing some... How did we draw land? Unbelievable. I have a feeling we're about to see a farewell. Oh, nope, vanquish the horde. All right. Destroy all creatures. Is there anything I want to do in the meantime? Okay. I'm honestly kind of fine with that. I'm going to draw a bunch of cards, thanks to Lily. I got a whole bunch of mana. And you're going to be losing life, and I'm gaining life.
Death.
Look at this.
Lousy sword. Waste not our fighting.
Haro is useless. Sure, why not? Yeah, let's do it again. We're going to stop there. So we got all these lands. We got more stuff that allows us to play additional lands. And now they're going to bring something back from their graveyard, and we're just going to banish whatever that is with the Banishing Light. I'm actually going to hold it out here so well, no, I won't do it first. But we got tons of lands we can play from our graveyard. Really? All right. That's fine, I guess. That's really what you want to do. It's going to be a little sad for you when I get rid of it. You could draw life and gain a card. Yep. There we go. Okay. Add 23 black mana. Don't mind if I do. Let's banish this commander because I don't want them drawing cards. Let's put out you. Oh, should we draw a card and gain a life? Oh, now here he is. Here he is. This is probably when they're going to quit despite their huge mana advantage. Let's put it... Oh, not that. I want this. I got so many cards in my hand. I'm actually struggling here. Let's put out Nissa. Yeah, let's put it on Thalia. Out this so we can play some additional lands to empty out our hand. This is a long game. This might actually be the last game because of that fact. Because I really do feel like our opponent is going to quit here any second because we are just getting started and they are empty of hand and they're gonna just be... There's just no way at this point, unless they get a farewell and they wipe me out again, but this deck is working really well. I'm very happy with the way it is going right now. We have an insane amount of mana. We have an insane amount of draw power. Like if I was feeling really dumb, I could sacrifice 2 creatures just to draw more cards. But I'm not going to do that because that is pretty dumb. Though if I play this Druid, he wouldn't be bad to sacrifice. But
Rise.
Let's put it on you. And this is actually without any of my, like, whenever a creature dies, deals damage. Somehow we have avoided, like, a lot of those cards. We didn't end up... There they go. I knew that was going to happen. So, despite the fact that they had 57 life and we were toiling under 10 or right around 10 the majority of the time, that was quite the game. And this game here, this game is the reason I started this series. I wanted to have games like that, where it's a long game. It really harkens back to the cardboard. I'm sitting across from my opponent playing a game of strategy. And that's why, like, the Heliod commander decks are super boring to me. There's no strategy. Like, these cleric decks, there's a little bit more strategy, but not much. Let's be honest, right? Like, there's no, like, it's very simple. I'll mention it again, the Rat Colony decks, where you've got 60 copies of Rat Colony. There's no strategy. Like, at that point, you're doing the monkey on a typewriter writing Shakespeare thing, right? So this game was actually really fun. It had its ups and downs. We were able to actually showcase the majority of the deck. I mean, when we ended, we only had 27 cards left in the deck. But we had more removal here. We were almost at the point of being able to do this ultimate, where we could have wiped out their whole board. Nissa was going to make our lands indestructible, which, whatever, doesn't matter. At this point in the game, Nissa was pretty useless. Ren would have been built up to cast permanent spells from a graveyard, and then we're just bringing back Gitrog. We're bringing back Garruk, who I tried a couple times without understanding the mechanic of whatever that card is called. What is that card called? This one, Conduit of Worlds. It is a useful card, but I guess I never read the last sentence or didn't read it when I put it out in this deck. But yeah, it's got a lot of powerful stuff that can do a lot of powerful things. And I think actually I might end up playing a couple more games with this at the 45 landmark to decide if I like it at that much or if that's just a little too much. I might bump it down to 42 or 43, but I do want to be a little bit over the normal 40 for this one because it's such a land-centric deck. But all that being said, we're going to call it here. This was a long episode. I really hope that you enjoyed watching this particular game. As I said, like, this type of game was what made me want to start this series. Where, like, I mean, we go through, like, they even did a board wipe as a desperate move. They did 2 board wipes. Though this one was only targeting planeswalkers, and I messed up a couple times with, you know, my decisions when it came to that rapid rushed rebirth. So I did make a couple mistakes, but even so, I think it was a super fun game, and I hope you got that out of this game. All that being said, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like it, give it the thumbs up. Leave me a comment. Tell me how much fun you had listening to me ramble on. Subscribe to the channel. Check out some other stuff. Crystallis. Check out Shadowrun. Check out Papers, Please. Check out some of the other stuff we got going on. And as always, please be kind to yourself and to each other. Thank you so much for watching.